Welcome back to Who Died Today. Over the past few days, the world has bid farewell to some truly beloved and unforgettable stars. In today's episode, we pay heartfelt tribute to these remarkable lives and the legacies they've left behind. Before we begin, we kindly ask for a moment of support. If any of these stories have moved you or reminded you of someone special, please give this video a thumbs up to honor their memory. Thank you. Jack Lemmon, the soul of classic Hollywood. Some actors wear a mask, but Jack Lemmon wore a mirror. And in that reflection, we saw ourselves, awkward, hopeful, hurting, trying. He made us laugh when the world felt heavy, and cry when we needed release. Today, we remember a man whose characters weren't heroes or villains. They were human, beautifully, painfully human. If Jack Lemmon ever made you feel seen, or reminded you it's okay to feel everything, please give this video a thumbs up to honor his memory. This tribute is for him. He made cross-dressing hilarious and addiction heartbreaking. No matter the role, Jack Lemmon never performed from the outside in. He performed from the soul out. Jack Lemmon was born John Oler Lemmon III on February 8, 1925, in Newton, Massachusetts. An only child, he grew up under the stern expectations of a donut company executive father, a man who once told him, "Keep acting only as long as you feel the passion." He did just that. From Phillips Academy to Harvard to the Navy during World War II, Jack searched for meaning, and he found it on stage, in stories, and in the honest awkwardness of the human spirit. Jack once admitted his deepest performances came from personal pain. He fought private battles, including alcoholism, which he confronted through art. His Oscar-winning role in Save the Tiger, 1973, wasn't just a character, it was a confession, a quiet reckoning between self and screen. In 1954, Jack debuted in It Should Happen to You. A year later, he won an Oscar for Mr. Roberts, 1955. He dazzled us in Some Like It Hot, 1959, broke hearts in The Apartment, 1960, and moved us in The Days of Wine and Roses, 1962. With Walter Matthau, he crafted a cinematic friendship that lit up classics like The Odd Couple, 1968, and Grumpy Old Men, 1993. And in Glengarry Glen Ross, 1992, his weary eyes told a story no script could write. Before every take, Jack whispered, "It's magic time." He believed film was a spell, and every scene a chance to cast truth. It's hard enough to write a good drama. It's much harder to write a good comedy. And it's hardest of all to write a drama with comedy, which is what life is. Jack Lemmon. In his later years, Jack battled bladder cancer, but he never let it define him. Even as his body weakened, his spirit never did. He stayed active, grateful, and humble, a quiet warrior behind that iconic smile. Jack Lemmon passed away on June 27, 2001, in Los Angeles, California. The cause was complications from bladder cancer. He was 76 years old. His family confirmed his passing, but the world already felt the silence. A silence where once there was laughter, honesty, and soul. When Ving Rhames won a Golden Globe in 1998, he gave the award to Jack live on stage, calling him a legend of humility. Kevin Spacey dedicated his Oscar to Lemmon, and fans across the world, from actors to everyday people, called him the man who taught us that it's okay not to be okay. Jack Lemmon is one of just 6 actors to win both Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. He also won awards at Cannes, Venice, and Berlin, the only actor of his generation to do so. But more than accolades, his gift was empathy. He portrayed the insecure, the overlooked, the average, and in doing so, he made us feel seen. As we reflect on Jack Lemmon, we also remember the recent passings of fellow legends, Richard Chamberlain, Lynn Hamilton, and Frederick Forrest. Each carried a piece of the golden age, and each left their imprint on our hearts. On Jack's headstone are the words, "Jack Lemmon in," because to him, life was always a performance worth showing up for. He taught us to laugh through pain, to speak through silence, and to live through love. This has been Who Died Today? Please share what Jack Lemmon meant to you in the comments. Like this video and subscribe to keep these legacies alive. And until next time, remember Jack's father's final words to him. Spread a little sunshine. Martin Mull, remembering the iconic voice of the world of satire, art, and heart has just gone dimmer. Today, we mourn the loss of a man whose humor was as dry as it was profound, whose voice colored generations of laughter, and whose brushstrokes left quiet rebellion on gallery walls. Martin Mull, actor, comedian, musician, painter, has passed away. A beloved figure whose career spanned decades and mediums, Mull was more than a comic. He was a cultural commentator, a subtle disruptor, a true original. And in this tribute, we pause not just to remember him, but to honor his art, his wit, and his legacy that quietly changed American entertainment forever. Please take a moment to like this video to pay your respects and subscribe for more heartfelt tributes like this one. He made us laugh, even while holding a candlestick in the library. Whether it was as the smirking talk show host Barth Gimble, the mysterious Colonel Mustard, or the awkward boss Leon on Roseanne, Martin Mull knew how to say everything by saying very little. Martin Eugene Mull was born on August 18, 1943, in Chicago, Illinois. Raised in Ohio, Martin's early love wasn't the stage, it was the canvas. He earned both a BFA and MFA in painting from the Rhode Island School of Design. But to fund his art, he formed bands. And in those strange intersections of music, performance, and commentary, Martin Mull, the satirist, was born. Behind the mustache and monotone wit was a man who questioned everything, even belief itself. He once called organized religion one of humanity's most dangerous inventions, not out of rebellion, but reflection. He was deeply aware of life's absurdities, and he embraced them. In the early 1970s, Mull broke into recording with dry satirical albums like Sex and Violins. By 1976, he gained fame in the cult classic Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman, followed by the spin-offs Fernwood Tonight and America Tonight. In 1985, he gave us a legendary performance as Colonel Mustard in Clue. In the decades that followed, he became a familiar face on Roseanne, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Arrested Development, Veep, and more. He also lent his voice to animated favorites like Danny Phantom and American Dad. And all the while, his paintings were quietly making waves in galleries across the country. "I don't jog," he once said. "It makes the ice jump right out of my glass." That was Martin, dry, self-aware, and oddly profound. Martin kept his personal health battles largely private, but in recent years, his declining appearances hinted at a long illness. On June 27, 2024, Martin Mull passed away in Los Angeles after a prolonged illness. He was 80. His family confirmed the news, sharing that his remains were donated to the UCLA Body Donation Program, a final act of giving even in death. His daughter, writer and producer Maggie Mull, wrote, "My father lived in the spaces between laughter and silence. He painted life as it is, strange, ironic, and utterly beautiful." One fan wrote on X, "Martin Mull never shouted. He whispered truths through absurdity. We just had to listen." Martin Mull will be remembered as a master of subtext, a craftsman of quiet rebellion. He gave us permission to laugh at the ridiculous and to find meaning in the mundane. He wasn't loud, he didn't chase fame, but he left a mark everywhere. And as we remember Martin, we also mourn the loss of other comedic pioneers, like Paul Rubens and Richard Lewis, who, like Mull, redefined what humor could look and sound like. In the end, Martin Mull was never just an actor, or a comic, or a painter. He was all of them, at once. And in that blending, he showed us a truer version of ourselves. Rest easy, Martin. Your silence now says everything. This is Who Died Today, honoring legacies that never fade. Remembering Marlin Briscoe, the magician. The sports world says goodbye to a true trailblazer. Marlin Briscoe, known as the magician, passed away on June 27, 2022, at the age of 76. He wasn't just a football player. He was a groundbreaker, a symbol of courage, and the first black starting quarterback in professional football history. Born on September 10, 1945, in Oakland, California, Marlin moved to Omaha, Nebraska with his mother after his parents' divorce. In high school, he led his football team to a state title, showing early signs of greatness. At Omaha University, he shattered 22 school records as a quarterback, including over 4,900 passing yards and 52 touchdowns. In 1968, Briscoe was drafted by the Denver Broncos, but not as a quarterback. They wanted him at cornerback. Still, he insisted on a chance to compete for the QB position. That year, he got it. On October 6, 1968, Marlin Briscoe became the first black quarterback to start in a pro football game. He threw 14 touchdowns that season, a rookie record for the Broncos that still stands today. Despite his success, Briscoe never started at quarterback again. He went on to become a standout wide receiver, playing for the Buffalo Bills, then the Miami Dolphins, where he helped win 2 Super Bowls. He later played for the Chargers, Lions, and Patriots before retiring in 1976. After football, Marlin built a life in Los Angeles, working as a financial broker. He faced a long battle with addiction, but overcame it and dedicated his life to helping others, eventually serving as director of the Boys and Girls Club in Long Beach. Briscoe died in Norwalk, California, from complications of pneumonia following circulation issues. His passing was confirmed by family. His legacy lives in every quarterback of color who now takes the field. Marlin Briscoe didn't just make history, he changed it. If his story touched you, share a comment, and please like and subscribe to help us honor legends like the magician. Tanner Martin, a father's last gift to his daughter. Now we honor the life of a young man who showed the world what it means to live with courage, love deeply, and say goodbye with grace. Tanner Martin, a Utah father who documented his 5-year battle with stage 4 colon cancer alongside his wife Shay, has passed away, just weeks after welcoming their newborn daughter, Amy Lou. He was only 30 years old. In a powerful video posted to social media, Tanner began simply, "Hey, it's me, Tanner. If you're watching this, I'm dead." But what followed wasn't despair. It was love, gratitude, and an enduring plea to take care of the 2 people who meant everything to him, Shay and Amy Lou. Diagnosed at 25, Tanner spent his final years not just fighting cancer, but planning for a future he knew he wouldn't see. A future for his daughter, her school, her wedding, her dreams. In 2024, they shared with the world that Shay was pregnant, made possible through IVF, a choice fueled by hope. On May 15, 2025, little Amy Lou was born, and for a brief, shining moment, Tanner held her in his arms. In one final, heartbreaking gesture, he launched a GoFundMe titled Amy Lou's Legacy Fund, not for himself, but for the life he hoped she'd one day build. More than $276,000 have been raised so far. From video diaries to letters and birthday gifts left behind, Tanner ensured Amy Lou would know her father, not through stories, but through love that endures. There were no celebrity spotlights, no stadium farewells, just a man, a husband, a father, who loved with everything he had. He once joked, "For the price of a McChicken, you can help fund Amy Lou's legacy." And in that laughter, he left us something more powerful than pain: purpose. So today, we don't just remember a man lost too soon. We honor a father's final promise. If Tanner Martin's story touched your heart, please leave a comment below. Share your prayers for Shay and Amy Lou. And like this video as a tribute to a legacy built on love. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share your memories or favorite moments about these icons in the comments below. And if this tribute touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more emotional stories that celebrate the lives of those who will never be forgotten.